Okay, everybody, welcome back. Yeah, today we are actually, intercooler conversion. Yeah, we'll go with that. Intercooler conversion, we're swapping from a top mount intercooler, which is just rubbish. They look cooler, don't get me wrong, they're so cool, to a front mount intercooler because it's better for heat soak and performance. And look at the size of this. But first, we do have to clean it up because it's a second-hand one. I wasn't paying £1,000 for a new one. So if you just look at this, if you just look at all that paint and just, if you look like across it here, it's just a little bent. So we're going to tighten this up with a screwdriver, like tidy it up, sorry, not tighten. There we are. And literally all we're doing is we're just getting this little screwdriver in and just tidying the fins up so they're a bit straighter. So I'll get a picture of before and after, and then I'm going to wash it out with a power washer. And then, yeah, it's ready for me and Olivia to paint tonight. So we're going out tonight to a little Japanese restaurant, which will be nice. And then we're just going to, oops, you don't want to do it too hard because you'll break him, which I'm pretty sure I've just done on this one. But it's okay. There's enough of them. Yeah, we're going to a little Japanese restaurant, and then after I said we could paint this together, so that'll be nice. Yeah, anyway, let's get into a little video of me doing a little one of these. And then I'll finish that off and then cut to me starting to power wash it. Okay, yeah, so what you want to do, I'll put it in 0.5 so you get a little bit of a better view. So we see these ones down here. We'll go with this one here. So all you're going to want to do is just apply a little bit of force. Yeah, but it's not perfect, but it's straighter, you know what I mean? And then let's say we'll do this one. Straighter. So it just improves the airflow just that little bit. You don't want to be prying against the other things because it'll just ruin them. You just want to straighten them out. And these get damaged by anything from little pebbles flying up on the road to, I don't know, maybe a little fly or just anything. But anything like that, they'll just damage your intercooler and it just makes it a little worse. It's peak performance when they're all straight, so that's what you want, really. And yeah, so we'll get on to power washing in a minute. So it's not much better, but it's honest work. Yeah, we try to get rid of most of the things. Obviously, they'll never be as straight as these original ones here, but there's nothing I can really do. I can try my best, and that's really all I can do. So this is where we've got to, if you can tell the difference. I hope you can. Probably not, though. But yeah, now we're going to wash this out with the power washer, and then it's ready to be painted. Just a little bit here that I'm just going to get. Quite hard work, actually. You just constantly notice imperfections after you've done it, don't you, really? But it's okay. I mean, this is probably the best I could do. I don't have a specific tool that people use to actually do these. It's okay. It's DIY. Pretty much like the rest of this. But yeah, it looks okay now. Not really any big standout folds that there used to be. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Now I'm going to get the pressure washer out and just give this a quick pressure wash. Rinse that off. It already looks cleaner, just like that. You can now see the AirTech logo, but obviously that's going. You'll see what I'm doing in a bit. But yeah, I've just got to leave this to dry now. And yeah, that should be that for now. I'm going to obviously put my power wash away. Yeah, there's the other bits. That's going to get rewrapped. I'm getting new blue hoses all the way through. Obviously that logo is going to change colour to blue, but it's not going to be that logo anymore, so just waiting to see what that happens to that. It looks all right. If you can see more paints come off, yeah, that's good. Pressure washed. This is okay, though. It looks good. I'm happy with that. So, yeah, I'm just going to leave that now to dry, and then we'll be on with repainting it, I think, or sanding it down. I think we sand it down first, but we'll see. Yeah. Okay, so it's now fully dried. It's just on the floor in front of me. Olivia is currently cutting out a stencil for the MPS logo, which I think is going to look really cool. So I'll turn it around in a second. We have the AirTech logo. So I'm going to literally white primer this entire thing and then go over it in black, just like this gloss black here. Just that one. I'm trying not to get it to focus on my finger. And then that blue there is what the thing will be. Obviously, it'll be a bit better coloured than that. I think it's just a bit discoloured. Yeah, I'm going to paint over the AirTech. And then Olivia's just making this MPS logo here. She's cutting that out, and then we're just going to put that obviously in the middle where the AirTech logo, well, should have been really right in the middle, and then that should cover that, and I think it should look pretty cool, hopefully. yeah, hopefully it does. The pipes are just going to stay the same. I'm getting a bit of blue. Going to get some blue pro hoses ordered, and then it should all be blue, and then I'll be happy with that. Yeah, so I'll get a little video of me priming all of this. See how that works. Bit worrying, bit scary, but it's about 30 centimeters away. It says to do it. Should be okay. All right. I'm going to start with the backside first because if I do mess it up, then it's only the back. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter. So I'm just going to get my primer, which is just over here, I believe. Yeah, my white primer. This just wants shaking up before you use it. And then I'm just going to literally cover this whole thing from, I think it's 25 centimeters away, it says. It says, you can see on here, 25 to 30 centimeters away. So that's like there, I'm thinking. So I'm just going to douse that in that. Probably only one coat because that's all you really need for primer. You want as little coats as possible because if you get stuff in the fins, you're done. You know what I mean? I'm going to try not to get these bits because they don't really need repainting. You'll never see them bits. This is just for peace of mind. And then I've covered the bolt holes in the top because you will see that. I've covered that with masking tape. And then I can paint the top. And then I'll do the front if all goes well. Fingers crossed this goes well. For obvious reasons, I didn't really get that, but it doesn't matter now. Right, we're done with that. We're done with that. 15 minutes it takes to dry. That's not too bad. I'm pretty happy with that. That doesn't look too bad. I think I've actually done an okay job there. And then obviously the other side's going to have to be done. But for the back side, we're happy with this. This should look pretty damn good. So yeah, we'll get back when that dries. Yeah, the primer is now fully dried. So now we're going to go, it says 1 to 2 coats. So we don't want to do any more than that of black. Right, there we are. It looks okay for now. It looks okay. I'm a little suspect about this. I really don't like doing sketchy stuff like this. But I think it's going to have to be 2 coats. So I guess I'll see you back again in half an hour. And then I'll have to do the top and the front, which isn't fun. I think I'll do, yeah, the front last, the top first, the top next. Yeah, not fun. Just in the meantime, Olivia's done the MPS logo. And how good does that look? That looks great. Here's the cutout. Yeah, that looks great. And obviously that's just going to sit. Oh my God, it's stuck on me. Yeah, obviously that's just not going to go on this side, but it should just sit just across the middle there. Which should look good. I'm going to be very happy with that, and it should be that blue. So we should be okay, in theory. So here is it now after it's semi-dried, ready for the second coat. If you can see that, I tested it with my fingers. It's not fully dry, but it's ready for its second coat. So we just need to clean up like this bit, and then just one big more once over. Get these bits here. Yeah. I'll set up the camera again, and then we'll do that second coat. And then we're ready to prime this after a little bit of time. And then, yeah, we should be a-okay to do the front. Fingers crossed. Yeah, like I mentioned before, I am going to buy all of these silicone hoses in blue. And then, I don't know what colour, but I want to wrap this in a different heat wrap because gold is my least favourite colour. I absolutely hate that colour. I don't know why, I've just got some sort of vendetta with it. Anyway, moving swiftly onto this. Right, that should be good. Should be okay there. It's only in the back anyway, it doesn't have to be perfect, but yeah, that is that now completed. So if we just get a little top view of this, I obviously can't see the screen. I'm hoping it's perfectly showing it. Yeah, that looks good. I'm happy with that. So we're going to wait for that to dry. I'm actually going to go walk the dog now. Going to wait for that to dry. And then we will prime the top, paint that, and then we'll get on to the front, which is just a little bit scary. Okay, the front is finally set. Yeah, I've got it set up on the other angle, but this looks good. It looks all right. I know it's not perfect, but it's the back. And I'm hoping the front's a bit better. You can't see it from far away, which is what we want, because you're only going to see it from far enough away. Anyway, we're going to go from the top now. I think that was pretty good. We'll just get these little mid bits here. Right, and that's okay. I'm happy with that. And now we've got to wait 15 minutes. So in 15 minutes, we'll paint that top. That's all right. I'm pretty happy with that, how that's primed. There's just air bubbles like that, but that's okay. It's going to get painted over anyway. So yeah, that should be good. And then we'll paint that. That should only need one coat, realistically. And then we'll paint over the front, which we are going to do the sides of the front as well. Because the AirTech, there's like an extra AirTech logo. I'll just show you. This here is a bit rusted, and I'd kind of like to go over that. So we'll prime that, and then we'll paint over it. Also, there's a little bit of rust on that, so yeah, we'll paint over that. Yeah. All right, I'll be back in 15 minutes. Okay, we're back once again, another 15 minutes later. This is a bit of a long-winded job, but it's going well. It's going good. It's going great. Right, back with the black. I was too close. Fucking hell. Anyway, that's the first coat of the top done. We definitely need a top coat, but a second coat because, oops, sorry, you couldn't see it there. Because if you just see along the middle, we've messed up a bit there. And then there's a bit on the just the right corner there. So yeah, we'll do 2 coats on that. And then that should be the top done. Finish, finito. Yeah, so 30 minutes. Let's run that and then I'll be right back. Okay, unfortunately I didn't get the second one on video, the second coat, but it looks good so far. If we just go from this angle, look at this. It looks good. Anyway, I'm gonna go pick up my mate and bring him back. And then I'll have to do 1 coat and then I'll have to go have tea. But other than that, well, I'll do my primer for the front and then I'll have to go for tea. But other than that, we should be golden. Yeah, so that's done now. Just doing the front face and obviously the sides because they're a bit mucky. But this is literally, I hate doing this to be honest. This is actually the important one, so yeah, I'll let you see a bit closer. There we are. Doesn't matter if you get the sides too much on the sides, because obviously it's they're the sides, they don't have fins. So yeah, that's alright, that should be primed. Maybe I'll add a little bit more on the top. Yeah, that'll do. I think that's primed and ready. So that should be right. Yeah, all the way across, even on the bits there. So that's just going to be painted over. And then we should be ready to put the... So I'm going to have this little MPS logo. Obviously, I know, well, it's not fully complete that. Yeah, well, I'm going to put that on the front just there. So we know where the MPS logo is going. Probably want it a bit bigger, actually, now I'm thinking about it. But that's for another job. Yeah, so I'll just literally... Oh, no, actually, I'd use this, wouldn't I? I'd paint it all black, and then I'd get my primer. You can't really see it, but I'd put that on there, prime it through that, and then literally paint it straight through that as well. Sorry for the bad angle there. But that should, and I say should because I hope it should, that should be fine. That should be ready to be painted the black, but I'm going out for tea, so I can't do that yet. So we should be okay, and then hopefully... I might want to make that MPS logo a bit bigger actually, but we'll see, won't we? Anyway, that's it for now. Probably it for tonight, if I'm being honest. Maybe a little later tonight. Anyway, hey, it is now the morning after, and look at that. It looks well, the old girl. Right, now we're going to just obviously paint over this. I'm just gonna. Right. Now that we're on a go now. Just gonna start with this bit here. It's a bit bent, actually. Or is it meant to be that shape? Maybe it's meant to be that shape. It's only a silicone hose going over it, so it doesn't actually make any difference. Right, there's that bit. Right. Now for the scary part. Hey boys, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm gonna wait 30 minutes so I can put the second black coat on. But look at that. Hey? Wow, that looks good. That looks good. 30 minutes until I can put that second one on. And then I'm going to be taping my MPS logo on. Once that's dry, I'll probably have to leave it another hour after that. Yeah, tape that over and then prime through the MPS logo, wait for that to dry, and then 2 coats of blue paint. And then we should be golden, fingers crossed. And that should look great. I'm actually pretty happy how this has worked, to be honest. I think that looks really good. I'm pretty proud of myself there. Yeah, I'll get a little turnaround for you, just one now. Look at that, it looks well. It does actually look really well for what I've done so far. I think that looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. Yeah, so obviously leave that to dry, and then second paint, you can still kind of see the tinge of the AirTech logo there, but obviously that would be gone. Could even keep another one on there just underneath, like MPS AirTech. We'll see. I can always paint that on after. Nice. Okay, we're back. This is the final black front coat. And then obviously I'll be doing the logo. But I'm going to be waiting an hour between the one after this because, well, for obvious reasons, it needs to fully dry before I re-prime it. There we are. And that should be that. There we are. We should be golden with that. And then we'll get this stuck on in an hour. Hold on, let me get it on the screen. We'll get this stuck on in an hour for us. And that should just sit right there, which is nicely sized. It's not too big, it's not too small. It's nicely sized. That'll be perfect, and I'll be happy with that. Might put an AirTech logo on, I'm not sure. Unless I put like MPS with the AirTech star next to it, that could work, but once again, I don't know. So maybe, yeah, anyway, that's that for now. So we will get back to you when that's dry and then ready to put the stencil on, I guess. Right, it is now dry to the touch. So you know what that means? We're gonna set up the stencil, finally. Literally, I'm thinking we just put that right there. Yeah, literally right there. What's the worst that could happen with that? Right, you know what? I'm locking in with that. I'm locking in. Okay. Just white primer time. That should be good there. Don't know how good that's going to turn out now, but we can hope. Oh, we can definitely hope. So that's what, 15 minutes? I'm hoping this works. I can always respray it black and then go again, to be honest. I can just keep trying, but we'll see, won't we? Now it's ready to paint. So I'm just going to, well, hopefully this works. Just going to test this again. Right, we're going for it. Right, okay. Okie dokie. I think it's going to need 2 coats. But other than that, it's kind of worked. It just sort of looks like a blob, to be honest. It's kind of worked. Yeah. That's kind of worked, right? Can you guys see that says MPS? I can tell it says MPS. I don't know about you. It might need to be a bit bigger. I think that's what we're going to go for. I think we need it a bit bigger. So I'm going to have to re-go over that in black. And that's going to have to be bigger. But Olivia's... might have to leave this to next week now, which is a little annoying. But I don't need it until next week anyway. Yeah, I think that's how it's going to have to go. We're going to have to leave it for a minute. It's going to have to go bigger. It's a little unfortunate, but I mean, that way we know how it all works now at least. So probably get the M to start there and just a bit bigger. It looks good. She did a good job with the stencil. It just needs to be bigger, which is a little annoying, but it's okay. I mean, that's the whole point of this. We did it early, so then we can do it over a different amount of time. I think it still looks cool, but it does just look like a blue line, unless you look closely. So I need it a bit bigger. That's okay though. Yeah, so I'll probably cut back next week, probably. Okay, nice one. Yeah, okay, so it's now next week. This is how it's turned out. But I just want the logo a bit bigger, so I'm just a bit bigger like that. That's how it turned out though. It's not bad, I just need it bigger because you can't really see it properly, which is fine. That will be redone, but it's sort of gone over the thingy, so I'm going to need to re-prime it and get rid of that. I might have to sand it down actually. No, I don't think I'll have to. Yeah, I'm going to have to re-prime it, so I'm going to do that now. Yeah, so then that's covered, and then I'll go black again over the top, because if you can see here, I'll just show you a bit. Yeah, no, that's just made a little mess. It's got a bit of overspray of the blue from there, and obviously you can see the MPS bit there and a little bit there, so I'll just get that black. And then the MPS logo, well, realistically should be this big. How I've just done the white, just the M, yeah, P. You know how it goes. So yeah, that'll go re-black, and then should hopefully be done. And then I'm ordering these soon. Just waiting for a bit more money, but don't worry. And then I'm gonna need some new heat paint, and then heat tape, sorry, and then that should be ready to be put on. Still need a high pressure fuel pump and this and that, but other than that, we're good. Yeah, so I'll get back to you when that's dried in 15 minutes and repaint over that. Just gonna, you can't really brains you, how do you feel about that? Yeah, Olivia's just doing that. It's a lot bigger if you can see now, so it's gonna be a lot better. Yeah, you can hardly see it there because she's not actually cut it yet, but it's a lot bigger. Yeah, I'm just gonna paint over this, and hopefully that'll get rid of all that overspray. Why is nothing coming out? There we are. Really want to make sure all the overspray is gone there. Should be okay. It's not really even going to be that visible, it's just like a preference job. Should be okay. I've got to leave that like an hour though now before I can tape that new thing on. And then I'll have to re-put some more primer on, which is fine. And then hopefully that blue should be done. The thing will be done, the MPS logo will be done, and then I'll just paint it, and fingers crossed that's done. God forbid. Hope it works after all of this. Oh well, we'll see, won't we? Here we are. That's the new logo. Hopefully this works. I'm just going to hit it with a primer first. So I'll obviously switch the camera around and then get that in view. Hopefully this works. Fingers crossed. Yeah, so primer and then 15 minutes and then the 2 blue coats. We'll see how this turns out. Right, so get the primer. Right, primed, ready. That should do it, hopefully. Yeah, that should do it. It'll be right. I'm hoping there's no like overspray. Hopefully not. If there is, then I can't avoid it. I've done it too many times. So yeah, now I'm gonna wait 15 minutes and then back to the blue. Hopefully this looks better. It should do because it's a bit bigger, but we'll see. Okay, we're going for the first blue coat. That's another 30 minutes. Hopefully this works. Oh, I hope it's not another just big blob. That'd be horrible. Okay, hopefully this is the final coat. Oops. Oh no, I'm upside down now. It looks like we're doing it from this side. Don't mind that. Looks like we're doing it from this side though. the final coat time. Let's get me paint. Right, that should be the blue. Done. Hopefully. Now I'm pretty sure we can take this off now. Oh, that looks way better. Oh yeah, you can see it. That looks good. That looks really good. I'm proper proud of that. Yeah, that looks class. Look at that. Yeah, nice. I'm proud of that. Wow. I mean, yeah, that's it. Now we're going to get on to the actual putting it on. Okay, I know I haven't got my mic. It's just inside. I'll get it in a minute. I'm just taking... These are 15s. Just taking off the crash bar so my neighbour can fabricate that later. I'm going that way, yeah. Okay, yeah, so the crash bar is on one bolt now. It's just the bottom right. Just seeing how the actual intercooler fits, the interchiller or whatever you want to call them. Clearly, we're going to have to cut like that, which is a great thing to do with your crash bar, I've been told. You've just got to cut round, and then obviously the pipe is going to route back round through somewhere. Beats me. Yeah, so we're going to cut that and then somehow fabricate that to fit. Well, anyway, this has got to be cut anyway, clearly, because this will have to be pushed back in, which it can't be because of that. So I imagine it'll just get cut from like there upwards. It's my guess. But yeah, we'll pull that crash bar off now. Okay, so unfortunately, I did not get the Mark II from my intercooler. But that's okay, because I didn't want to pay £1,000. So this is just what you got to do instead. Alright? I still feel like this is backward. Anyway. I feel like I'm just going to be holding this like a monk now. Surely it has to be that way around. Just holding this wrong now. This can only end well, you say. So... Yeah, I know I didn't go across that line, but I'm just getting it straight for now, because obviously you can cut more still. It's quite a nice line. It went through quite easy, that really.
Shame you didn't stop at the red line.
Yeah.
You've gone through the line.
Right, now we're going to go down here. This is always good. Make sure to always wear safety equipment, like my shoes.
And shorts.
Yeah, like my shoes and shorts. And make sure it's always properly clamped down.
Make sure it's cutting right where it jump into your feet.
Yeah. Probably a good idea that I got some goggles on, you know, because it's just all flooding into my eyes. Santa. It's not quite straight though, looking at it. I'll have to wear. Quite hard, not that. How am I going to get in that? Am I going to go on this angle really? I don't really want to go up into it. Doing well so far, like. Coming off that line a little bit. Okay, that's that bit done. Now we'll get this straight here. That's that bit. And we're going to cut down here. Effective rust removal, this. That's what we're doing here, effective rust removal.
New disc, Matt.
Yeah, I'm getting fairly thin there, aren't I? I'm a little off there, but we'll be right. Right, that should be done now. Hey, look at that. This is a very safe crash bar now. Nice, I'm pretty happy with that. Right, now we want to, let me just pull this off. Pull that out. Oh, that's hot. Oh, that's hot. Just grab it there for now. Oh, it's really hot. Put you there for a second. Oh, nice. Right. Obviously, this is going to be welded and reinforced, but I'm not doing that because I can weld. I don't have a welder, but I don't think I'm trusted. I think that's the big one, to be honest. Yeah. So as we're seeing here, it's not so bad, but it needs. Obviously, it'll need lifting up because it won't sit on that. It'll be about there. So it wants. Trying to get exactly. So make sure before you do this to always. It's not even a small. What is this then? Like a medium-sized one. Yeah, make sure to always douse it. Okay, right. Let's just. Before we do this, make sure to always douse the O2 sensor. Because if you strip your threads on your down pipe, you're in a bit of a bad shot, really. How about we just get this on first? We're in. What the fuck is that angle?
Is there a flexible bit that size?
Do you reckon that's how it's going to have to be done?
It might have to. It's either that or get a spanner on it.
Bad angle for the spanner. I need just a shorter one of these. Right, which one am I turning it? That way.
Undoing it.
It's not really wanting to go.
I think you get a spanner on it if you wanted to.
You reckon?
Yeah.
What spanner is you? Here we have the full intercooler in. You can just see it through here. Unfortunately, you can't even see the MPS anymore, but that's fully in. Yes, it is currently a bit mixed up, but yeah, intercooler is now fully in. So that's that one, and I'll do an answer in a second. Yeah, thank you for watching. Intercooler video. That was a really hard conversion. Obviously I had the entire kit, but it was the kit for the previous generation. For obviously the
BL Mazda MPS, I think that's what it is, and I've got the BK LM, something like that. Something like that. Anyway, I've got the wrong one, so obviously I had to cut the crash bar in that weird shape it was in, and the 2 bolts go in the top, and then we have that on there. Yeah, I mean, better cooling now. It looks cooler. Fun fact, that MPS that I drew, that I took forever drawing, that big MPS, you can't actually see that because of my number plate. So, class. I'd need the base in our grill, which is just like a pure mouth. It looks great. I'm sure Ed will put one on the screen there, just a base in our grill for the Mazda 3 MPS. Looks class. I'm not going to get one of them. You'll see the reason why in the future, because obviously all of these are pre-recorded. Why I'm not getting any more mods for it, but just look forward to next video, which is me putting the downpipe and tuning the car, and then it finally runs perfectly again and with a lot more power now. So yeah, I mean, thank you for watching. I'll see you in 2 weeks, and this has been me.